Lads, how are we going, boys? Welcome everybody back to another video, another objectives guide. 93 rated, goalkeeper, Premier League, obviously meta as well. It is David De Gea, and I mean for free. It's going to take, I believe, is it 8 games, which we'll get into in a second. This looks like an incredibly good objective. Now, if you guys are new to objective guides, it's quite simple. We go over all of these objectives. I'll give you guys my tips and tricks, and the most anticipated part, I'll build you guys all the squad builder that you can copy and you can use. The squad builder will be a relatively cheap squad builder, which will cost around 30,000 coins that you can copy. Obviously, if you do have Premier League players or you have got a better club than the standard, casual player, then you can build your own squad. But this squad part of the section of the video that we'll get into is simply for those of you that maybe do not have a massively high budget. But today we're going to be looking at 93 rated, obviously moments De Gea. Now first off, you've got score 8 finesse goals in squad battles on at least professional difficulty. You do have the option if you want to do it in division rivals as well, but the 8 finesse goals is simply right bumper plus shoot, and I mean it's not in separate matches as well, so you can get them done in one squad battles game on professional if you really want to. As well, we will give you guys a squad battles tip that I use to speed it up as well. Now assist 8 goals with through balls using Premier League players and squad battles on at least world class difficulty. So the 8 goals with a through ball is by simply pressing triangle on PlayStation or Y on Xbox. You can double tap it for a lobbed through ball, and that will also count towards it, as long as it's like some type of variant of a through ball, right? You've then got score from outside of a box using Premier League players in 5 separate squad battle matches on at least professional. Now, I would most definitely be doing this one in squad battles, because if you do decide to do it in rivals, you'll be sat there for a while trying to get 5 outside of a box goals, alright? So this is 100% recommended to do in squad battles, because at least you can put it on professional. If you're trying to get this done as well, like this is on world class, but it's not in separate matches, the assist 8 goals with through ball, so you could chip away at that in a different game. So I'll probably flick it down to professional, play a really poor team, which we'll get into the squad battle tips in a minute to kind of, play the easier teams, and I'll just try and go for the long shots there, whereas in rivals, it'll obviously be a whole lot harder, so I'll definitely do this one in offline. Now, there's no like simple way around how to score an outside of a box goal. Finesse shots, or you could just power it up. I do think finesse shots are probably the way to go. So you're going to want to do right bumper, press shoot, not too much power, but enough power to get it, try aim for top bins, obviously also aiming where you want to go. Win 8 matches in squad battles on at least professional or division rivals, and you also do go ahead and get yourself an icon swaps token. Now lads, I'm going to get into the squad battles tip straight away, then I'll show you guys the team I have built up. Now with squad battles, as you can see, you're given 4 different games or 4 different teams each reset. You're usually given a really shit team, which we played this really shit team here for another objective. I believe it was really shit anyway. Yeah, it's a full silver team. You're also given this one, which is this is another quite shit team, isn't it? 78 rating with only 42 chemistry, a very beatable team. Silver players off chem, but you're also given some really good teams. You're given an 89 rated squad like this, which obviously this will be a whole lot harder to play. Now you need to get the through balls on world class, but the rest of the objectives are on professional. So if you're comfortable with world class, you'd want to do that. So either world class or professional, depending on the objective you're doing. To be efficient and get 2 birds with 1 stone, you'd probably be wanting to go for world class if you are good enough to do that. Now basically, the beauty of squad battles, and they added it last FIFA, was you can now reset it after you play 1 game from each batch. So I've played this game, and I've got the option to update opponents again. You've got 7 refreshes, and just by pressing square on PlayStation or X on Xbox, you can refresh it, and it'll give you a new set. So they've given us an 81 squad, an 88 squad, which you'd want to avoid, but they've also given us 2 absolute stinker squads, which is beautiful. 62 rating and 53 chemistry. You'll be wanting to play this one on world class, so you'd go ahead, play this on world class. After you play that one, if you're good enough for this one as well, you can play this on world class. So obviously winning against a shit team with bronzes off chemistry and a CDM on 2 chem at right mid will be a whole lot easier than playing the 188 squads. So you'll play those 2, and then after you play 1 game, you can refresh it again. I don't have the option to refresh it again now because I've just refreshed, but you can refresh after each game. Now if you do go over, and I'll remove my camera for this, you can see under the rank it has 12 out of 40 games played. Whenever you refresh it, it does obviously take up the games. Now if you do go over 40 out of 40 matches played, but only thing that happens is the points will not count towards your overall squad battles rank. You won't get points for winning. So if you are someone that's trying to push to Elite 3 for this new community TOTS pack, then be careful with refreshing, because the more you refresh, obviously if you go over 40 game limit, you will not have enough, you won't be able to get any more points, but it will still count towards objectives, alright lads? So if you're not bothered about your squad battles rank, there's nothing to worry about at all. Now the squad builder I've built, you guys, is, as I said, just a cheap Premier League side. Now this was actually the exact same team I've used for the team of the season Bukayo Saka objectives. Now the reason I've done this is because, I mean, it's just a simple, nice, cheap Premier League team, isn't it? One change I'll actually make from that TOTS Saka objectives guide is I'm going to bring in Gabby Jesus up front, because you do not need Watkins for this objective. For Saka you needed the English goals, this one you don't. So we have gone for a 4-3-3 formation. Left mid we have gone for Luis Diaz, or playing in the left wing position. Very good card, 5'11", 4-star, 4-star, great work rate, excellent pace, solid shooting, and some amazing dribbling. Striker, obviously it was originally Watkins for Saka, but we have changed it out to Gabriel Jesus. Simply because, sorry, I just had a hiccup there. Simply because, I mean, he's just much more meta, isn't he? 5'9", high medium work rates. He's only got 76 long shots, which you do obviously want some more long shots on him. So I'll definitely chuck a chemistry style on him, which will be our second tip, which we'll get into shortly. But he's obviously just a whole lot more meta. 91 agility, great balance, etc. Right mid / right wing, we have gone for Leon Bailey. 4-star, 4-star, excellent pace with some solid dribbling and solid shooting and passing to back that up. Our midfield three, we've gone for Oxlade Chamberlain, a very under the radar gold rare card. 87 balance, relatively well rounded, high, 5'9", and 4-star, 4-star. Central midfield, who's going to kind of be working as like a more defensive minded role, is going to be Decore, who is very strong, solid defending, and obviously he's not the fastest, but he's very, very strong, so he's going to be a more defensive minded player. Right centre mid, we've gone for Fred, with a back four of Kamada from Watford, Joe Gomez, Nathan Ake, Fredericks, and in net we have gone for Edouard Mendy. Now, I'm going to actually get into tip number 2 now, which is full of a bench up with your main team. As you can see, I've already chucked my Socrates, my Carrasco, my Moments Lam, etc. on the bench, but chuck your whole team on the bench. You're allowed up to 3 different subs a game, so you could have your whole bench, you could chuck a Paul straight away. I could sub on my Eusebio straight away up here, perfect. So I know you guys might not have Eusebio, but he's got 89 long shots, so happy days. You can sub him on straight away, absolutely perfect. So now that you've built your, your cheap Premier League team, or if you just use your main team and got some high tier Premier League players anyway, remember this squad builder is just for those of you that don't have a crazily high team. The third tip we're going to get into, you've got your team, you know how to refresh your squad battle games, etc. We are going to hop into a third tip here, which is going to be chemistry styles. Now we're going to head on over to Footbin. Now I'm not, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm simply using these guys as an example. But let's take Gabriel Jesus for example. Now you can apply a different chemistry style and see what it affects in game. For example, a marksman gives him a +8 shooting, +9 dribbling, and a +5 physical. And as you can see, although he's 83 rated, right here, he's an 88 rated striker in game. Not only that, as well as it does give him a long shots boost. Here we go. So a marksman, which is I believe 300 coins on the market, gives him a +10 finishing, so he'll have 94 finishing, he'll have 87 shot power, and it'll give him a +10 from 76 long shots to 86 long shots. So make sure you get a chemistry style on your players, especially if you're using the team that I'm using. If you're using a full gold rare team like myself, chemistry styles will be so important. You don't have to go and buy shadows and hunters for thousands of coins. Any chemistry style is better than none. EA have made it easy, and I've given you, attacking, midfield, defense chem styles. So I'll just chuck some sentinels and guardians on my defenders. I'll chuck maybe some powerhouse architects, maybe an engine on my midfielders, and I'll even just chuck a sniper on Gabriel Jesus, which will make his shooting and physical a whole lot better in game. That chemistry style might be the difference between, you winning. I know it's only against the AI, so it's not too important, but obviously, I know Jesus is 83 rated, but with a marksman, he's going to perform 5 ratings above his actual base rating in game. Lads, hopefully this objective guide did help you out. We're just going to go over it again just to recap and, kind of sum it all up in one. The score rate, finesse goals and squad battles, obviously you can do this in rivals. You can do this with anyone, right bumper plus shoot and happy days. Assist 8 goals with through balls using Premier League players. Now through balls is obviously pressing triangle or Y. This isn't in separate matches as well, so if you do, keep refreshing till you find a really low rated squad battles team, play that on world class, try get as much through ball assists as you can. Score from outside of a box goals in 5 separate matches. Now this will be tough, as I said, do this in squad battles, play the low rated teams, maybe you'll find a team where they're playing a bronze keeper on 2 chemistry or a striker and keeper. You occasionally do find them in squad battles, so you can obviously get them done. Win 8 matches in squad battles or obviously rivals, you'll also just get done naturally, lads. Hopefully this did help you out. Any questions, let me know. I'll see you guys next one.